that I love you. Take it. Wait. All right, we're recording now. Um, so this is where the party is currently at, down in the what you hope is the last section of this horrifying house, uh, toward the end of whatever strange trial has been put together for you to prove your worth as heroes. However, it seems like that is less and less the case. In this chamber, the 8 pillars that you see, and then small alcoves of various baubles and trinkets that are available. A doorway to the south, 2 doorways to the south. From Dow's position, you can see that there is a portcullis that is currently lowered, that leads into a larger antechamber, and then a hallway that leads somewhere.
Okay.
It does seem like it is a position. As soon as you came down, there was the sound of chanting was silenced. It does seem like this is an area that is semi-defendable. If you wanted to establish some kind of a quick security, you could take a moment to grab a bite to eat, drink some water, and do a short rest, or you can identify what it is the party wants to do now.
I can't see anything.
You'll have to move around. It's down towards
Yeah,
the bottom.
we're down near the bottom of the map. I'm gonna use this on Toshinori. Give him advantage on initiative.
All right, vigilant blessing.
And I'll just say, as I lay my hand on him, I'll just say, I gain nothing by resting anymore. I am all rested out. I have no hit dice. How's everybody feeling?
I could probably use a hit dice.
Do you have one?
Yeah, I got 2.
Okay, yeah, let's rest. Can we close all the doors?
So the that portcullis looks pretty secure. But how it's able to be open, the thing is in taking a moment to go ahead and we'll have those that want to go ahead and do a perception check.
Bad.
All right, so
Nope, nothing.
it is eerily quiet. You don't hear the except for that being down in somebody's basement sounds of things shifting and constantly being and listening for those. There is not the sound of movement from any ghouls, and even the shadows have not followed you down to this area, which was a concern. For Tom, though, even though you rolled a 10, there's a piece of you that's still consumed with a nagging feeling that there's something that you've missed. Like, you keep looking into dark corners, as if you're going to see whatever it is that was following you. And since you did your previous short rest, have you ever had that moment of you're sitting there napping and you're closing your eyes and you think that you see somebody moving past you, but it takes you a few minutes to kind of jolt up and be like, wait, I just saw somebody come home or while I was napping, right? There is that nagging feeling that you saw something during your short rest and you had in the previous chamber where you encountered the Grick had thought that you had seen or heard something. And so that colors your perception. You think that there's still something around here that has you still a little bit on edge, but everybody else is pretty certain that we should be able to take a rest here.
Okay. I will look appropriately nervous. Dow, they're looking, basically rotating through all three exits of this current room.
And that's why you don't get as much, you don't feel as rested as some of the others that are able to go ahead and expend some hit dice in order to find something. So what else are you doing there, Dow?
Just being paranoid. Dow thinks out loud sometimes when they are nervous, and so they're just going over everything they've seen, basically accidentally forcing the rest of the party to relive the past 2 hours. Nervous, after you told me I'm seeing things in the shadows, then I'm just expressing nervousness.
Would he be interested in the current room that you're in?
Who? Dow?
Dow, yeah. So if in these little alcoves,
Dow,
there's little.
I can't help but think that you seem a little restless, my friend. I know we've been through some tribulations, if you will, but perhaps I can put you at ease. I'll use divine sense and see if I can find anything in the room, at least in the realm of fey or fiend or undead. And I would obviously be here doing that as I'm next to Dow.
Yeah, and Dow will just confess to have seen things moving in the shadows, and they feel like, I wouldn't even mention it if you didn't ask. It's quite embarrassing. Everyone else seems to be quite okay with this, but
I don't think any of us are okay with it, my friend. I'm not okay with it, but it is what must be done for the glory and the righteousness of the good of the world. It is what we do. It is what we've been tasked to do.
I just meant necessarily staying in this room, I don't feel so good about it. Yeah.
So for Alexander, reaching out with his senses, looking for that which is unnatural, it is the same experience that you would have, Matt, if you walked into somebody's house that was a heavy smoker. There is not somebody smoking in the house right now, but there is a lingering scent that is distasteful to your senses.
Certainly, yeah. So we're not there's nobody in the corner hiding there smoking a pipe, but it is certainly
and
stained with the stench of evil and such. Certainly,
and definitely from the room to your south through that portcullis. How do you portcullis? Portcullis?
Portcullis.
Portcullis.
call it a gate.
Portcullis. Yes.
Portcullis.
Yeah, I'm with Matt. It's just called a gate.
Call it a gate.
Portcullis.
Gate. There we go.
All right. So I know that, and she's gone. Elise, you had some damage that was taken. You can go ahead and roll a hit dice or two and try to see if you can get back up to full health.
Where are the hit dice?
I had asked your sister this question about an hour ago, but I did not ask you.
Ooh, I found where it says it. Did I do it?
You did it. All right.
Yeah.
So you can regain 6 points of 6 hit points, and that takes you just shy of full. Bruce, are you doing the same thing?
What?
Bruce?
Oh.
Are you going to use some hit dice?
What am I doing?
Hit dice. We're doing
Hit dice.
a short rest.
Sorry.
No,
That's
I'm
all right.
I'm full health. No.
There you go.
So my max is 13. Cool.
All right, so you can go ahead and increase your health by 5 points there, Olivia. And Olivia, at this time too, while doing this short rest, go ahead and do an animal handling check.
Don't you do it, Nick.
Well, the thing is that
Don't you do it.
unbeknownst to both of you, or most of you, because she's done a really good job of handling it, Bruce actually has, or excuse me, he has done a really good job of handling it. Bruce has 2 animals on him. One is a small mouse
I also
that
have a
goes
small
with you.
mouse.
Bruce, does this mouse have a name? I'm guessing you've, during your short rest, been feeding it a little bit, or
I kind of just call him little guy. I don't really have like a
Little
certain
guy?
name for him. Just little guy.
the problem is that the puppy that you've been hiding is very interested in also having a snack and would like to, and tries to lunge, and you are trying to handle both of them while keeping them apart, while trying to keep them quiet enough that nobody else notices, and everybody notices that Bruce took the puppy and is having a little difficulty holding on to him.
So everyone knows now.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do just like a shocked like look at Bruce. Just what did you do?
Nothing. No
Where?
dog.
How long? For how long have you had this dog?
Not very long. Just like a couple hours.
How are you gonna feed it? How are you gonna feed it? We don't even have any food. I ate poison earlier because I was so
We'll
hungry.
feed it the
Where are
poison. We'll
you
find
getting-
something. It's
No, what?
fine.
What?
It's
It'll
okay.
be fine. It's just a little guy. It's fine.
So the little dog is also, once it's peeked out and looked around, seems to catch something on its scent and begins to run away from you, Bruce. You can try to do a dexterity or a acrobatics check in order to grab hold of it. Fail. The dog is going to be making its movement past everybody. And
Is the dog gonna die?
If you would like to try to stop this dog, it is going to be right there.
Is the dog like running away, or did the dog catch a scent and is like tracking something?
Yipping and yapping at like any dog would if it heard if it was running toward a sound of a rabbit or somebody coming to the door,
Or like a mailman or something. Got it.
Yep.
So this is like Lassie trying to tell Timmy that somebody fell down the well.
Or that there is
Okay.
that the bacon merchant is outside the door.
I'm gonna follow it. I'm gonna follow the dog.
And I will follow Bruce.
All right. Is anybody else going to try to grab it?
Yeah, I'll try to grab the dog.
What save? What's that?
Is it a
You can
deck
either do it. You
save
can either
or-
sorry, no, not a dex. Either an acrobatics or a athletics.
Oh, okay.
I'm trash at both of those, but why not?
What about animal handling?
Yeah, if you wanted to instead try to just persuade it, like
Yeah,
to
I'll take like a
call it
little.
over?
I'm gonna take like a little ration and try to persuade it to come over here.
okay. So it does the pause as it's moving, which is why Corbus almost grabs it with his 2 rolls, and Matt, you as it makes that stop are able to reach down and grab it, and you got it by the scruff of the neck, and as you start to pull it up, it's like you blink and the dog is on the ground and is starting to move away again. It is disconcerting for you.
So the dog's like strong.
No,
Yeah, like I'm
it's like
confused. Like it just wriggled out of my hand, or it like
it did
Misty
not.
stepped
It
out
did.
of my hand.
If you have
out of your hand.
if you have seen somebody misty step before, it for you it seems a lot more like that. For those that if somebody did a perception roll, that's probably exactly what they would. So you can go ahead and do a perception roll with advantage.
Me
Can I-
or somebody else?
Can
For
I
you,
try to
Matt.
can I try to identify that like arcane phenomenon that
Yeah,
just
go ahead.
happened? Okay.
Absolutely.
Nope. Nope. I don't know what a blink dog is.
Yep. So I
It's been my experience on the farm that normal animals don't do that sort of thing.
That was really strange. Yeah.
Teleported.
He's never done that before. I don't know.
You've had
So
it for
it is
2
now-
hours.
it's now in the antechamber and is barking at if you can move to see the at the
portcullis
rise
locked.
the dais. It is
Okay.
down. You could try to and I'm guessing that with the way that this is, several people tried to run after it, so you would have gotten a chance to come down and take a look at it a little bit more, but the slats of the gate are just wide enough for a small puppy to move through, even one that can't dimensionally shift once a day.
How about a 3.5 foot tall, 30-pound gnome?
No, you would not be able to squeeze through, but you do know that these mechanisms are designed to just that the mechanism on the other side of the wall for securing this area, it's just to help lift something heavy more easily to slow somebody down. It could be possible to muscle it open.
Are you saying we can lift it open potentially?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I'll I'll give Alexander a pat on the back and I'll say, "Hey, go lift that thing," and I'll give him guidance.
All right.
Hey, am I still down a strength point?
No, you are not. That has been recovered.
Same with me.
Correct. Yes. I meant to.
That's
I actually
nice.
had a note
Good
for
deal.
that to
I don't
mention
actually
that.
know
That
how
would be
to.
nice in this situation. Yes.
I don't
Yep.
know how to fix that.
So that's what down here, right there.
I'll fix it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, where is
Yes.
it?
So you want me to make just a strength check or
Athletics.
athletics? It is.
Oh, hey, DM, before I forget to do this, I'm going to use my Harness Divine Power, which I have once per day, right? And it's going to give me a spell slot back.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice. I gotta
Yeah.
get one of those
Yeah, I need that.
for my warlock friend.
Friends.
You have to believe in a god.
All right. So you're feeling like you can't lift it, and you remember that you have the guidance of your
Of the Lunar Lady. See,
Of the
honey,
Lunar Lady, but-
Moonbow.
Plus
So you wanna-
ultra.
So if you want to go ahead and roll your guidance.
Roll your D4.
True.
Okay. So like Thor's
Good
hammer, it does move just a hair. You can tell that it can move, but it might be a little bit more jammed than
Can I try?
Oh, hey,
Yeah,
I've got
17.
inspiration. Can I re-roll that?
you can. And if
Well,
you
let's go the other
want to as
channel.
well, Bruce says that he wants to help. And so he'd be able to provide you with advantage.
Perfect. So I will take the inspiration off and I will roll it again. Shazam! That didn't work out. But hey, the advantage is nice.
You got advantage, and you have guidance.
And guidance, so we'll D4 that thing again.
Roll a 4.
Nope.
A 4 would have done it.
Oh yeah, I bet.
So it in the struggle, you can feel that it's more locked up than. And Corbus, you've seen this. It's like if it didn't go on those 2 goes, it's probably not going to go. Not from this. We're gonna have to figure out a way on the other side, or you could just start trying to bash it open. But I mean, that's what it's designed to stop.
Hmm.
Yeah,
By the grace of porn, we go around.
I was about to say, like, Corvus comes back up and just kind of points down the other passageway, like, eh?
Ugh. That's dumb.
So, as has been the case for most of your journey down here in the dungeon area of this house, there has always been some type of sound echoing in the background of this chanting. And now, instead of chanting, you hear the steady rhythm of a puppy that has everlasting energy yipping and continues to yip as you are moving away from it. Bruce, as you're moving through here, go ahead and do anybody that comes down to this area. You see these chains along the wall, and there is no one attached to any of the in any of the rooms. Did you bring torches with you?
Dark vision. We have all
Bruce, you
we
don't
all
have-
have dark vision, don't we? Because of
Bruce doesn't. He just continues to feel his way through the.
didn't Tom give it to him?
He did, but that is worn off. Am I
Yeah.
incorrect in that, Tom?
Yeah, wore off after an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have it. I have a candle. I've got 5 candles.
Well, we have
There you go.
torches.
All right, so the torches can be moved by you. So while moving through this area, while you're trying to search through, go ahead and do an investigation check.
Okay, one sec.
Bruce, you do come upon a individual that is still chained up. There at the bottom. So Freya, while you're moving through, and because of your heavy mother vibes that you like to put off even as a young woman, you can't help but notice that you kind of look at Corbus and then you look at the chains, and to your horror, you start to realize that the links of the chain or the cuffs of the chains and the positioning of the chains aren't made for adults. Or they were just sacrificing gnomes.
Well, that's rude.
Okay, so where's this
These
guy?
some messed up people.
Bruce, down there with the guy. So the same type of robes that you had found in the bed chambers of the Durst, where the ghouls had popped out, and that the individual that's chained up is a full-grown adult. A skeleton of an individual in the cult-like robes. Would you be interested in searching a body that was dead like that?
Yeah, I
Okay,
would.
go ahead and so with your investigation, you do find that there is a letter that is on the individual, almost like a last testament, like something that had been smuggled in and writing out almost a confession.
Mhm.
And in the script, it written in common. We started with adventurers, but after Strahd rejected us and mocked us, she became obsessed with the dark powers. They want the children. They want the devout and good. They want innocent blood. I must try to put a stop to this madness. and it seems that that he was kind of psyching himself up and decided to go and try to confront the other cultists, and this is the fate that he had found. Doesn't really feel like you searched him very well, but that is what you find.
Can I go search him as well?
Yes.
That's creepy.
So should I roll investigation again?
Yeah. Well, that's fine.
Guidance.
And with some guidance, it looks like. All right. You find that there is a golden ring on his finger that looks like it would be worth some good money.
Well, yeah, I take that immediately.
No.
Oh, wait.
I'm looking.
Freya found that? Yeah, take
Freya
that.
found that, yep.
Take that.
I'm gonna take that so you don't take that.
Oh, that's rude.
Corbus, in your moving back and forth, have you noticed anything in that area?
I was actually typing it. Is there a hole in the wall?
It does seem that there is. So if you want to do, I don't know if you've done an investigation check roll that I've seen.
No, I hadn't. I didn't know if it was like something just up with the lighting, or if there was actually something there. I was going to type a question while you were talking about it.
Yep. So I just saw you moving back and forth, and we'll call that the request for investigation roll. And yeah, go ahead and make one.
Maybe.
Okay, and with a 17, as you're kind of poking and prodding around it, you push in on a piece of the wall, and because of your tinkering experience, you're interested in the mechanism and wonder and see that there is that this is likely where they brought the unwilling participants to whatever party room this is, from the prison area into the antechamber. And
That's lovely.
Inside the antechamber, you see as you're opening the door, there's very smooth, almost marble-like walls inside, and a ring around an elevated ring above, very dark and brackish water that has some movement in it, but nothing that is like, like it's just a natural movement, not anything that is lurking beneath the surface that you can tell, but you can't see the bottom. It looks like your standard leadership reaction course shadowed water that may or may not have dead ROTC students at the bottom of it, but
Oh, that escalated.
Bruce, do you jump down into the water?
Yeah, I'm getting the dog.
You better not. You better not.
I'm getting that dog. That dog's right there. I can
So
see
that
it.
area is a little bit more shallow. As the dog was kind of padding out, it did not want to go swimming in the water. But go ahead and attempt to.
I think the
grab
dog
it.
is on our side.
I don't think we should touch
Given
the
it's-
water. Personally, if the dog
What am I
didn't,
doing?
I don't.
Animal handling check or what?
Yep, animal handling check to see if you can get the dog to
Whoops.
come with
Ignore
you.
that.
Okay. Ignore that acrobatics check. So with a 17, the dog is very happy to see you and lets you know that it has found something. So the dais in this, the octagonal, not octagonal, what is that? Yeah, octagonal dais in the center has a altar, and strangely a basket, like almost a bassinet.
Nope.
Uh,
This is a Moses moment. I don't want to go
Yeah.
near that basket.
It is interesting. Yeah, it is a kind of Moses. There's a wicker bassinet that has a deep purple bundled, which Alexander looks familiar.
Can I do
It's
a
the
perception
The,
check?
the basket or the bundle?
the basket, and
Is
the
it- is it-
blanket
does
that
it-
it's the blanket that it's wrapped in is similar to something that your adopted parents had said that you liked to hold on to. It was one of the only items, but that's a long ways away, and this one looks newer.
I'm in the water before you finish that statement.
Okay.
As soon as I
Whoa.
recognize it.
First printed.
So
I
it does
personally don't think we should go in the water. Everyone should
does-
jump in.
it does seem as though there is it's a bundled burrito, and if it would obviously be a baby inside if it was a bassinet like this. I mean, that's what it appears to be. Do you actually?
Yep.
Okay, so as you pull it up, whatever was giving it its shape, and it has a weight to it, but as you lift it up, it seems to almost fall apart. You still have the blanket in your hand. In examining it,
Yeah, do you want me to do like a investigation?
No,
like,
you
I
don't-
mean, I recognize it. It's
you don't have to.
okay.
It
It's the same fucking blanket.
it is the same blanket. But everyone else though is
I haven't
more
said anything
concerned-
yet either, so nobody has any idea.
Correct. So
what
you
the
can
fuck is
still
going
be processing that while everyone else is processing that, almost like flames lighting, except for instead of flames, they are dark shadows, not unlike the ones that you saw upstairs, but more, a little bit more formless, start to pop up
No, they
all
don't. You're lying.
around the outside edge, and you have a moment. You can tell that there's almost like a fade in that's happening, that you can stay where they are about to appear, or you could move into the water and onto the dais.
So they appear in
Where you're standing, you can tell that there is about to be one that appears. There seems to be 8 on each side. So, on both sides, on both the east and western sides of this, there's going to be
You say
one of
8?
these.
Hold on. Hey,
8 on each side, so 16 total.
will you tell us what this is?
Yep. So when you're looking over it in this area, and this is, we'll say, while Alexander was examining the basket, it's debris and rot. The stench of it is what you would assume that
People. That is people.
it's actually not people. If with your passive perception, I would say that you're able to quickly look at it, and you notice a boot, and you notice a large amount of like the type of crap on the forest bed of the that like an
Like
area
mulch?
that it just decomposing decomposing mulch, but
Trash.
also a boot and
Flotsam and
um,
jetsam and debris.
right, no bones or anything like that, but
What's the significance of the boot?
that
Like, what is that all about?
it's
Really?
it seems as though anything that was that there has been somebody that has come through and flushed whatever debris is in the water, and it all kind of condenses over there, that this is where the water comes. There might be a drain down there, and so this is where everything naturally starts to consolidate.
I'm gonna recommend to my friend Corbus here that we give it some wide berth and maybe, let's. If people, you said people are coming here, or
There are entities that are starting to
entities,
appear
shadows.
in the
You said something like
yes.
that.
Yeah, shadow
How deep
people.
is
How
water?
deep is the water?
When Alexander went through, it was knee deep or neck deep, depending on
Okay.
your disposition.
I'm gonna go right here.
I mean, I'm also very, very large, and I have hair. No,
I'm gonna chill out right here, maybe.
Okay,
So in the waters where they're not at.
Yeah, it's
in the
where
water
sun-
is where they'll not be at. Yes.
What about
So
down
they're-
here at the south? Do they look like they're
Or the
coming
north.
here?
So it appears that they are starting, and they're not even fully formed enough that I'm going to put a token down for them. That is their level of
But we all
translucence.
notice it.
But you do start to notice it, and you notice a shift in the entire room, almost a harmonic hum that starts to happen.
How deep is the water? That square right above me.
2 feet. There is enough debris though that you'd be able to step through and probably shouldn't fall.
Is there like a door that could fit 2 people potentially?
What's that?
Nothing.
As this harmonic hum starts to happen, you also see that the door that you had come through has shut, and you're waiting with like this pregnant wait of like, are we rolling for initiative? What are we doing? And all 16 of these
Shadow people.
what's
You said 8.
Eight on
no
each
8 on
side.
each side.
Oh.
So 16 individuals. Dark apparitions appear on the ledges overlooking the room, and each one resembles a black-robed figure holding a torch, but the torch's fire is black and seems to draw light into it where you would expect to see faces are just voids. One must die, they chant over and over again. One must die. One must die. One must die. One must die.
still got that mouse.
Or 16 of them.
The mouse is gone, in my opinion.
No, not
Sacrifice
little
his mouse
guy.
today.
We had to. Why wouldn't you spray his mouse? You got a mouse.
Bruise. Go ahead and do a wisdom saving throw. Actually, no, correction. A sanity check. So all you have to do is click on that sanity. Okay. So you feel
Oh yes.
something. You feel another presence trying to enter your mind. And you feel that if you didn't resist well, and your mind is stronger than you think. You've seen things, you've dealt with things, and you make a fist with your mind.
I don't go gentle into that good night.
You do not go gentle into that good night, and you do not take psychic damage. But inside your head, and you do. Let me see if this will let me chat it to you. You hear a voice inside of your head. And for Freya and Tom, you can hear that there is another voice or other voices that seem to be in the background, which is difficult to hear with the chanting. Everybody else, it's almost just static noise. But if you want to do a perception check, you might be able to figure out where this other voice is coming from.
Nope.
Good lord.
So you can just hear that there seems to be a strange. It's almost like everybody's chanting something, and you hear "Let's go, Brandon," but you're not sure that that's actually what they're saying. But somebody's saying something else as opposed to just the "one must die." One must die. One
I got
must die.
Bad feeling about this.
One
Yeah.
must
So,
die.
aside from the concentrated
One must
smoke in this room, so to speak, is there any specific entity emanating from anywhere? Or
Wasn't
is it
there
just
a baby? Was there no baby?
No
on the
Yeah,
baby.
what was
dais?
that like Doctor Who river kind of thing that happened with the baby? What is going on with that?
One must die.
Are you talking to me right now?
No,
Was
I'm
it-
talking to him.
Was there a
I'm talking
baby?
to this guy over here.
He's
The game
I think he's
master over
over
here.
there.
This guy up here.
Yeah, him.
Yeah.
He's over the. Wait, my hands are the same.
Here,
I don't know what's
it's
happening.
a story.
So
Of
what do
love.
I do? What do I do with this information that I've just been whispered? The door's
That's up-
closed, by the way, guys, in
sit
case
with
no one
it.
has noticed that.
Yeah, we know.
That's up to
We're all
that's
scared.
up to Bruce. And the dog is with you, but has no interest in peeking out its head with these strange apparitions. The apparitions do not appear to be they almost as if they are like did you try it with the children outside? Did you do divine sense outside with the children?
Yeah.
So these entities have that same kind of weirdness where you're starting to realize that maybe these are almost projections of the house,
Sure.
right? That
Where
they're not real apparitions. They're not actually demons or ghosts like the children were.
But more of a manifestation of an old memory or something like that. Is that how I think you put it last time? Or something like that.
An illusion, right? But you do see that there are tendrils attached to each one of them.
Oh,
And those do register as fiendish.
that's disgusting.
So they're like, are they even evil? Like the entities themselves, are they? Can I try and figure that out?
Can I talk to the guy, to the shadow people?
And with that, I will give you some advantage on your perception roll.
Okay.
You do notice that instead of that, there is this background. You hear, instead of just the "one must die," you hear a "feed me," and it is something much darker than the apparitions of these lost, unfortunate souls who were trying to sacrifice to something that they did not understand.
This is giving me a real Ursula vibe. The water, the the trapped soul kind of thing.
Can I talk to the shadow people? Are they talkable?
Yeah, absolutely. You could try.
Okay. Why do you need to be fed? Who needs to be fed? Why does someone have to die?
One must die.
Why?
One must die.
Okay. We got it.
One
We're getting
must
nowhere.
die.
Hey, Corbus, you want to come over to the dais with the rest of us?
Not
One
particularly,
must die.
because it's like at least 2.5 feet deep, and I'm.
Hey, all right, I'll walk over and I'll
Can we
like
carry Corbus?
extend a hand. Yeah.
Can
Can we get Corbus over here? I'll reach out a hand. You know.
Yeah.
Come on, bud.
I'll just walk over and get his.
Yeah.
Somebody just pick him
Awesome
up.
tiny ass.
Bro's gonna swim over.
Hey, Alex, will you tell these apparitions that we're not gonna kill anybody?
No, we don't want to kill anybody. I will.
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely. If I can, no one will die today. There is no soul that will be sacrificed to any evil being. We will stand our ground.
One must
No one will
die.
die. This ends here.
One must die. One must.
I think that they're really sad.
So
Chicken
the
nugget.
chanting had continued while you were talking. One must die. One must. And as you finish, one must. And it goes quiet.
I kind of miss when they were chanting. This is.
Is this worse somehow?
Yeah, why the
Silence?
silence?
A choice has been made.
Oh, this is like some Ghostbusters fucking Stay Puft
swear.
Marshmallow
Dad,
Man.
if you
shit.
kill
we gotta,
the
like,
dog,
lock arms right now. We gotta lock
I will
arms.
put the
I'm
dog's shock
nervous.
collar onto you tonight. I swear to God.
I understand. Logoth, the Decayer, we awaken thee. Logoth, Logoth.
Whose silly name is this? Who is this guy?
Log off of Twitter. Go
God.
touch grass.
Quit doom scrolling. Yeah, so that's what they chant. And you're like, what the fuck is that? And then the debris crap that you were interested in down, it starts to smell and to breathe.
Nope.
And
No, it doesn't.
yeah, no, it does. It does. I swear. And up from that debris rises the debris, and it is a shambling mound. And at this time, everyone can go ahead and roll for initiative as I initiate the turn order.
Oh, I
Only
like
count
the
the
way it
second one.
looks.
Only count the second one. Only count the second one. The first one was an accident.
Hey, Alex,
I've got
advantage.
advantage, so I'm rolling that shit again. All right, good deal. Holy buckets.
Can't help you there.
No, you helped me all you could, my friend.
12.
Sometimes
Except
destiny
I
takes
clicked
a
on the
kiddo.
torch instead of myself.
The torch is in the turn order.
I rolled a 12 again.
We have a
I'm
sentient torch.
throwing that
Yeah.
torch at the shambling mound. That's what.
Can we?
I will allow that the torch
Torchy.
represents a prepared action of startlement that you throw.
That
The
is-
torch gets thrown, and we will let anyone that has that doesn't have. Yeah, if it's Alexander, you get to throw the torch as a reaction, as a prepared action. All right, so we will go ahead and clean up this torch order, and it is obviously the dexterity of the torch is very high. Bruce, you're
Okay.
up first. You watch.
I'm shooting this guy. I'm shooting this guy.
All right, with a long bow, you shoot into the shambling mound, and a 15 hits.
Yippee!
And you watch as, although it does seem to wince as much as a pile of leaves can, it is also a pile of trash, and you just see that your arrow has also become a piece of.
How
of
does
that
this
trash
die? How does this die? How do we kill this?
All right.
I don't
Don't
know.
get between me and it.
Can we light it on fire with the
I'm
torch?
thinking we light it on fire.
All right.
But
So
then what if
the
it's
next.
just a burning pile of trash?
Do you have any bonus actions that you're going to take out, or Bruce? Are you going to make any movements?
No.
All right. It is the prepared action. Alexander, you can heave ho with the torch.
You just want me to? What do you want me to do? Just roll an attack roll.
Just just roll a
You mean I'll
same as
roll
like
a
a
javelin, and then we can roll
javelin
damage.
attack. Yep. But we'll say it does.
And I missed anyway. So
and go ahead and roll the damage.
what do you want to say? A torch does?
The javelin
does it?
damage.
Oh, the javelin damage.
Yep. All right. So the shambling mound is starting to move forward. You miss the shambling mound, and but it did hit a spot that is not part of the creature yet, but there's still a lot of debris around it. And notice that as it hits that spot, that this shambling mound is sewage crap. And as soon as it hits this sludge, the torch sputters out fairly quickly. All right, Dow.
Holy Moses.
Hey,
You're up next.
I'm gonna kind of look at all my friends and say, "Let's run, huh? Yeah, let's run. Let's run."
Yeah, I second that.
Where?
Bruce, you should have run. Where?
The
is-
door's
is-
closed.
Is this door's closed?
Yep.
That door is closed, but you did notice the
This? Oh yeah,
thing
this
that
device,
actually
right?
moves. Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna go
Okay,
over to that.
Can I help?
And is it an action to use the device?
It would be an action. Yes. Go ahead and roll
Right.
acrobatics or actually, yes, an athletics check.
Ooh. Ooh. 15.
Yep. You start to move it. It seems though that
Nice.
because of the mechanism that it is going to be that one person would be able to crawl out of it in another action, and people would be able to move through it fairly quickly in 2 actions.
I loosened it up for you.
Realize,
That's what
you also
happened.
realize that if you let go, it will come down.
Like, okay. All right, I'll just keep cranking it.
But that would still have to. One person would still have to stay.
Well, maybe we can
Most
like
people love
slide,
it.
like let go and jump.
We can do like
Yeah,
a
once you
national
get
treasure
there-
type thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a catch when it gets to the top.
great.
Oh,
That then
okay.
has a lever to release it, but you have to wait until you get to the top to
Okay.
get to the
So
catch.
yeah, I'm just gonna use, I'm just gonna continue to hold it while I, use the action to raise it as high as I can, as fast as I can. And
So
then
an
I'm
action
gonna
will
tell everybody to run.
an action will move it the parameters that I said, and a bonus action will move it half that if you decide that you need to just hold and use your action for something
I'll
else.
use both. I'll use my action and my bonus action and try to crank the door
All
up
right.
as high as it can go.
Sounds good. All right, Alexander.
I'm gonna say, given my propensity for glory and defeating all things evil, somebody's gonna have to do some hard convincing right now to get me to fucking run away.
Yeah. Same.
Sounds good.
So I don't know if we want to do that with dice, where I don't know if, since Dow, you're doing the convincing and the cranking, maybe he makes a persuasion check and I make a saving throw against it or something.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
If that's how you want to do it, I mean, Dow
Or
is
is that-
Dow's not, as you have come to learn, Dow's not convincing or charismatic. Dow either
Fair.
fumbles their words or says something offensive. Dow is not a social people person.
I
Well,
would say with
in this case,
if you
then
want-
I'm moving forward to attack.
Yeah. As let's say as you do, I just call out to you and I say, Alexander, your duty is to these children to make sure they survive.
Raise the gate to the top, so when I make my way back there, I don't have to crawl through. Get the gate all the way up. I'll knock it down on my way through. But until then, this thing needs to perish.
Yeah. 120-pound Dow is like doing their best to get as high as they can. They're like dying.
All right.
Kill it.
Oh yeah. 22 definitely hits. And 12 bludgeoning damage. You crank down on this thing and it hits with that meaty smack that you like. But it's like hitting a pile of trash, and you realize this is a lot of trash. And you also,
How big? Like, what size is it?
it is large enough that if the appendages that you can see kind of starting to broil out of it, and as well as this like formless thing that and which is what you struck, which is like its head, but when you hit it, it just kind of reshifted itself, like it's just this ever shambling mound almost, right?
Is it like 10 feet tall?
Is it like one size bigger than me? I just dropped Crusher in the chat. Maybe I
Yeah,
can
it's
smack
large.
it away from me so I can realize that maybe this isn't the fight that we're going to win.
It's already in the corner. I don't know where you want it to go.
It's as
I don't
much
know.
in a corner as it possibly can be.
Okay.
But with that, you get a sense for its strength and the idea of this enemy might be beyond you. Fly, you fool, does cross your mind.
Yeah.
But
as soon as I make that smack and it goes, just an empty thud, I will relay that to the rest of the team and just, we should probably, yep, Dow's got this one on point. Let's get out of here.
There's something that catches the corner of your eye as well, though, and that is a piece of in the rubble, something that looks like a squire uniform. All right, Shambling Mound's turn. It is going to do its multi-attack, and it is going to go for a slam attack. 10 does not hit.
Nope.
But a 24 does.
does.
And luckily, because both attacks did not hit, it is not able to engulf you. But you take 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Kersploosh.
And as it's moving toward you, you do see that inside of this shambling mound, there is a body.
Well, now there's
Freya.
one right next to it because I just fell up the steps. I'm at 0 hit points.
You're at 0 hit points?
Yep.
Did it
All
drop
right.
you to 0 or to less than 0?
Exactly 0.
Okay.
So that means he's just unconscious, right? Not making
Correct.
death saving throws?
Correct. He's unconscious.
right.
He's not dying.
Oh.
All right. Freya, you are up.
As an action, can I just go and drag Alexander? Like, try and drag him as far over to Dow as I can? Or would I be vulnerable?
You're going to... So once you get to him, we'll do an athletics check, and you'll need to get a 15 or higher on the athletics check. And then your movement's going to be half. Actually, yeah. Your movement's going to be half, but the water's going to give you advantage on the athletics roll.
Okay. So I'm going to try that.
Okay?
Never mind. Apparently.
No, athletics. I said with advantage because you're in the water.
Okay.
So you were able to get to that. Let's see. That is 20 feet of movement. So you are able to move him 5 feet back. You can use your, since that's your action, you could be taking the dash action, which then would give you about 20 feet of movement. The only issue with it as that you are going to be in danger of a attack of opportunity while you're moving. All right. Do you remember what the disengage action is?
Yeah. Kind of. I mean, it's just disengaging. Right?
Okay.
So, and then they can't attack, right? There's no attack of opportunity?
They wouldn't be able to do an attack of opportunity on you, and I would say that the shambling mound has a disadvantage on its attack roll against Alexander since you're with your roguish skill.
If you are looking for a second opinion, the rules as written would say it doesn't provoke attack of opportunity because it's not voluntary movement.
Oh, all right.
Yippee.
So you are running up, grabbing, and moving away.
Running.
So as long as you're using your bonus action for disengaging, you're not going to take an attack of opportunity. But if you use it to dash and try to get him farther away, then you do have the attack of opportunity that you might get.
Well, I'll just disengage then because I don't want to hit a man while he's down. You know.
All right. So with that, you are able to. Which direction are you going? Move yourself to where you want. You can move yourself essentially
I think I'd start going this way.
one square. Okay. And so you have moved him along with you to that point. So you are essentially occupying the same square as you're pulling with him. All right. That is Freya's action. And oh, wait, no. You still had your action, so you can we'll give you a little bit more movement.
Oh, I thought my action was grabbing him.
That's correct.
It is correct.
Yeah, so essentially what you would want to do is her
Yep.
action to grab him, and then she
To
can
grapple.
pull him
Essentially.
at half her move speed. And then when she rests, she can put him within 5 feet of wherever she's at.
Good to go. All right. Corbus. Firebolt, 8 fire damage. You hit it. You're aiming for its head or its arm. It smacks into it, and you
Did I see the body that was in it, or was that just?
You hear the firebolt hit and fizzle more than sizzle as it hits, and so it does less than that 8 points of damage, and you do notice an arm that's almost like seeming to reach out, but when it continues to move, as this shambling mound is continuing to move, you see clean white bone that is exposed on the arm.
Okay.
And the arm does not seem to be moving.
But there is a body in there, yes?
There is a body in there.
Are they
It
living?
seems to be. Do you want to do a medicine check?
Yeah. It's not like an action, is it?
Go ahead. No, it's not an action. All right. So with your 6, you know that bodies are living or dead, and it doesn't seem like it seems like that this creature kills things by smothering them, and you haven't seen a head come up yet.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna... It's my turn, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unless the
Where did
bonus
he
action,
go?
I can use a
Why'd
bonus
he
action
leave?
to try to turn the wheel some more.
Buddy.
Sorry, go ahead. Yes, it's your turn.
I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
Press the digit.
Is that blanket still there?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna hold the blanket like it's a child, and I'm gonna make it sound like there's a baby.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna throw it in the corner, and I'm gonna help Elise drag Alexander out, and I'm gonna try and get as close to the door as possible.
Okay.
Leave a
Go
clear
ahead
path
and
between me and it.
Go ahead and roll a deception check. This thing loves to eat children. That's been its steady diet. And it would prefer to eat children. And so it is going to make a movement to eat that child first before it goes after another one of you. So, yes, go ahead and make your movement over toward Freya, and she will have advantage with her check for pulling on the much larger Alexander in the next time that she has to do that check.
Yippee!
All right, Dow, go ahead and do your check. And with Corbus, are you there helping?
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, with
So
advantage.
athletics check with advantage. Okay.
Yep.
11.
11. Yep. So with that 11, you feel your muscles bulging as much as they do, and you're getting an outstanding workout with plenty of good resistance, but not enough to actually move up the weight to get you guys out of there faster.
Okay.
All right, Alexander, you continue to breathe.
Hey,
Go
DM?
bonus action.
Yeah, bonus action. I would like to shout at Alexander and say, "Get up!" and use healing word.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
Earth
Bro woke up.
Angel, Earth Angel. He jumps back up and is
5 health.
the only athletics check that may be necessary is to hold him back from the shambling mound.
I think he learned that lesson.
Yep. I mean, I'm not super smart, but I learned from one good smack upside the head. That's all it took for Dad. So,
And or that you realize, oh, I'm helping these children get out. Yeah, that's what I was doing the entire time. I'll just
see you later.
All right. So where are you? Are you moving or staying in place?
Oh, yeah, we're headed. Are we all headed to the door? That's where I'm headed.
Yep.
Okay. The thing is but before your turn, between your turn and their turns, there will be a shambling mound turn.
Certainly.
And likely it's not going to beat a 23 deception, but we'll see.
Yeah, fair enough. And the blanket got chucked. Did I see the blanket is gone?
The blanket is chucked to right here and is kind of floating in the water.
All right. I'll come to here then and wait to see if the shambling mound is going to move this way. But in that way, if they need some coverage on the way
so
out,
kind of
I'll
a prepared action to intercept if.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Got it. All right. Shambling Mound's turn. It is going to do a perception check. And with a 13, it does not see a blanket. It sees a child and moves up to engulf it in its mount. You just see that it lunges forward and just comes in and grabs it up, and you realize that that it would be like being trapped inside of a sleeping bag while being thrown into a lake.
Oh, that's horrible.
That is so terrible.
Being wrapped inside of a weighted blanket sewn into a sleeping bag, and that would be the experience of
a wet weighted blanket.
And that's why you don't wear your boots inside your sleeping bag.
All right.
That's true.
Nick remembers that one, I'm sure.
I do. All right, Freya, your turn.
Okay, can I continue to just run?
Yes.
Since he's distracted, is there going to be any opportunity?
Yes,
Nope.
There's an opportunity to what? To what?
Well, for him to attack me.
No, there's not.
Okay, and I'm going to grab Bruce's arm and run.
Okay, so you're going to actually try to move her or move him?
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So go ahead and Bruce, are you going along with it?
Yeah. I want to
so
open the door with Dow.
So with another athletics check, you are grabbing and pulling, and with it being voluntary, that is enough to, with half movement, go ahead and move closer to Dow with the two of you. No, you're able to move at half your movement, so you can get all the way to this point, and Bruce will be right there with you.
Oh, sweet. We've left Alexander.
And within closest to be able to continue to give Dow advantage, or even triple advantage. All right, Corbus, you're up.
Okay.
How far is the portcullis open now?
It is open. It is open enough that one person could get underneath it. So it's just open enough to scurry under.
Army crawl
You're going under the water to do it. Yep.
Yeah.
It would take approximately 6 seconds.
What about a tiny gnome?
Tiny gnome would be able to scurry under it in a bonus action, we'll say.
Sweet. I'm going to do that though first.
Okay. All right. Acid damage. All right. Go ahead. And what do I have to do? A dexterity saving throw?
DC 13.
I don't know that shambling mounds are good at saving throws. Let's find out.
Hopefully not.
Nope. They're about as... Oh, but they are lucky little bastards. All right. So what does he take? Half damage?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Or be covered in acid for the spell's duration, or until a creature uses an action to scrape off a wall. So it as it's sitting there writhing on this blanket trying to consume it, it moves right through two of the appendages as they appear and disappear inside the mound. Because of how much it's wriggling, it is difficult to get a solid target. You missed the base, or it hit that water right before it. All right. Are you using your bonus action to slide through or staying in place?
Bonus action to slide through.
All right. So for that moment, you are able to slide through, and then
Do I have movement?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna move some. Well, maybe. What the hell's going on?
You might be stuck right there. I think you're stuck right there. There you go.
I was clicking on the icon for the portcullis.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay there, but I'm gonna keep an eye on to see if anybody else has issues. I'm gonna, if need be, I'll make a break for the other door.
Okay, sounds good.
To enter that room.
Oh yeah, good idea. All right. Bruce, you're up.
Can I give that to you?
Hey, hello. Hello.
Wow.
Let me first say that when you said that you were casting prestidigitation again, I was like, you're not understanding what this spell. And then I'm like, holy shit, you found a good use for it. Well done.
Thanks. I know I sound bad, guys. It's my only hope. I can barely hear you when you're on speakerphone. Okay, so we're all like going to the door. What's happening?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Corbus just went
Can I
under.
help?
Yeah, see if you
Can
can
I-
go under.
Well,
you could move up. You could move up. You could move up to here and use your action to move the mechanism.
yeah, I want to do that.
All right, go ahead and make an athletics check.
Wait, what
All
is
right.
it? I can't see. Oh, okay.
Bruce, you make it look easy, and it moves up a.
Yeah.
It moves up enough that that people will be able to move through it, even if they're not Corbus's side, with a bonus action. One more half of movement up, and it will be large enough to just use up 5 movement as you move through. Are you going under, Bruce? Are you using your bonus action to go under?
Oh, yeah. It's
All right.
not letting me through. Let me through.
Now, I was assuming you're still holding. You kind of held the gains that were made.
Yeah.
Maybe stuck on the same thing I was on for a minute if you're trying to continue through.
All right, sounds good. All right, Bruce, you're through. Are you continuing movement? Or are you staying there?
I'm staying there.
All right. Dow, you're up.
All right, so athletics check with advantage to pull
Athletics
it all the way
check
up.
with advantage. Yep.
16.
A 16 makes it. It is open enough that that it is now able to lock into place. It's not all the way up, but it is up enough that you've gotten to a locking position. Now it's a little bit of an inconvenience, but everybody's able to move through during their action.
Great. Then I'm gonna go through.
Okay.
So 5 feet here, and then that's my turn.
All right. Alexander, you're up.
All right. I am moving here as putting myself between the shambling mound and is she the only one left in here? I can't
She is
see
the only one
everything.
left.
Yeah, I'm good.
I hugged
I'll run
because-
out last minute.
Because the torch got thrown.
Yeah, because the torch got hugged.
All right, she is the last. So are you again preparing an action for?
Yeah, my prepared action will be once she's around. I'm well, if I prepare an action and the shambling mound rolls up, and my prepared action wasn't to attack the shambling mound, then I'd still have to wait till my next turn anyway.
Yo, run.
Am I overthinking this?
Yeah, run, dude.
Just run.
Okay.
Run, bro.
All right, we shut the gate.
There's no confirmation that shambling mound can fit through this 5 foot. But at the same time, I think we're just ready to peace out.
Probably.
All right, so with Alexander moving,
Is there a
You sh-
release for the gate, like on the wall?
there is. Freya would be able to hit it, and it should give her enough time to get through.
Okay.
Freya, the shambling mound comes to you
Why?
and makes its multi-attack. I am praying for you.
No!
A 13 does not hit.
What?
A 10 does not hit.
Wow.
Let's go. Okay. I'm not gonna try and even defend myself. I'm just gonna hit that thing. What?
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna hit the lever thing. I'm gonna run.
You're gonna hit the lever thing and run. All right. Go ahead and do a athletics check, or excuse me, an athletics or an acrobatics check. Probably an acrobatics check. Masterful. It looks as if you are just you smack, and you get your boots wet, but it's amazing that you're able to get through it without getting your boots wet. The only problem is that you did not say that you were also disengaging, so it does get one last attack at you as
I
you
knew
are
it, and I knew it too.
going through the gate. And with a 22,
Oh.
it hits and does 13 points of damage, which is
Yeah,
just enough to knock you out.
I'm down.
And you fall. It was while you were moving, and with that 24 though, you
Hey,
are right there.
Since I'm there,
next to-
Yeah.
Can I use interception? Is that under the?
That would be where I was saying that she was right to that point, about to leave the threatened space of this large creature. So yes,
Solid.
roll that d10, and a one, even a one's gonna. Oh, all right. So Freya, a like you've practiced it 17 times, hit it, and it starts to drop a lot faster than anybody thought it would, but boom, you're right through. But as you're moving through, a giant hand that's formed of sludge is coming down, and out of nowhere, boom, up comes a beautiful maul that just misses your face, and solidly and with strength and honor stops the devastating attack from coming down on top of you. Alexander, is there any words that you say as you do this?
As I simultaneously catch her by the back of the collar and pull her under, I'll just say, "I'm here."
All right, and with that, everyone is through and is starting to starting to make their movement. As you are moving into the antechamber and kind of looking back, you do see that the shambling mound, because it does not have a base. It starts to maneuver its way through, and like a disgusting and very chunky Play-Doh, it is pushing through those bars, but it is slowing it down considerably. The other thing that, as you are you just staying in this chamber right here?
No, we're running through it.
We're moving. Okay, so as you continue to move, you feel the entire structure above you and structure below begin to rumble. And the words that you weren't able to hear, the words that you were not able to hear previously, that were in the background, do become more clear. Feed me. Free me. Feed me. Free me. And it is not one voice. It is 18 voices.
Are they about to break out
And
in
they
song? What are they doing?
And they are not human voices. All right. So
It won't let me
as
through.
you are at, oh, sorry, Freya, you're stuck there.
Okay. Oh,
You do not
okay.
make it. You do not make it out.
Oh
True.
All right. So let me go ahead and grab the party here, and I will move you. As you are running up and out, you realize that that you had come through taking a left turn here, but in the excitement ran straight forward and took a left. Find yourself in a room that you were not in before. You have the option of either going back, or you can see if there's another way out through this way.
Can we make some sort of I don't know, a perception check or something to recall the details of that dollhouse that we realized last time we were here? Was the house? I know. I think
absolutely.
think we did something like that last time. I think Dow actually, but so yeah.
So it would. So to recall it is going to be. So there was a perception check. So to recall it is going to be an investigation check.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So for with just those two rolls, you and Freya remember that there was an additional secret door that that led up to the den on the first floor. You remember the layout of the house that you came through, and you know that there was 2 entrances actually to this dungeon area. The dollhouse did not cover the dungeon; it just covered the house.
Sure.
But you remember in investigating the dollhouse that there was a secret door that you never saw in the den on the first floor, and there is also the secret door up in the attic. And so both of those are on the other side of this basement area. There is a doorway that leads a little bit up this direction, and there is the hallway that you anticipate. This is in the direction of where you confronted the glick in the first ghoul that you saw, and in the direction of the crypts. When you were coming out of the spiral staircase, there was a hallway that led to the north and took a left to the west. So there may be a way to get out that is moving you farther away from that shambling mound that's coming, that is likely coming up the stairs, or there is the ability to go the way that you know.
I think we should go upstairs.
I wasn't listening.
The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. I think we go the route that we know, because at least we know it's relatively clear because we came through that way.
For Bruce, since you weren't paying attention, I'll let you know that you weren't paying attention to which way to go either, but you did notice that there's 2 chests that are in this new room that have not been opened.
Ooh, I open them.
No.
I'm opening them.
No.
I sneak past Freya and I'm
Where'd
opening
the dog
them.
go? Where'd the dog go? Keep track of what you
Dog in my
already have. Okay.
Dog in my cloak.
All right, so, Freya, go ahead and roll a persuasion check. And let's see, what would be the competing for versus a persuasion check? We'll just do another persuasion check. Bruce, you do hear the level of concern in Freya's voice and realize that this might not be the time for another chest full of, gosh, what could be
another fight.
No, I open
What's
it.
You
I
can't.
open it.
You can't.
No, you can't.
No,
Not according to the rules. You are.
But
not
I go
wanting
down to the other chest. See? It's fine.
All right.
Fine,
so
I go down to this one.
You do have time for one chest. You're right, because they're still arguing about which way are we going.
Way we know, I thought.
Matt, you're muted right now.
Great, yeah, I'm headed the way we know. I'm going back the way we came.
Mm-hmm.
Headed the way we know. Okay. All right. All right, everybody, go ahead and establish your order of movement and do an investigation check, Bruce.
Like the way we came, like not like from the shambling mound, like the way we came down into the basement is what I'm right.
Yep. The way that you So you're go ahead and move yourself the way that you're going. And Bruce, you open up the chest, you see something shiny, you grab it out, and it is a silvered short sword.
I eat it like this.
You eat the
Just
silvered short
No.
sword. No. All right.
I pocket it. It's mine.
Right. You put it underneath put it underneath the cloak of protection that you've already moved, and you don't hit the dog. All right. Alexander, are you gonna move your token which way you're wanting to go?
Which way did you say was the way that we had come down before? I wasn't paying attention to the map. I was just listening to you.
That's all right. So this way
okay,
looks familiar, and let's go ahead and also canonically say that every once in a while you can't see you throw yourself a torch.
Wait, which way are we going?
We're going this way, I
Oh,
thought.
this way? I thought we were going up the stairs.
No,
Yeah.
fool.
Okay.
So this is the dining room that you previously
Poisoned
had
myself.
a battle in. You
Oh, yeah,
also
well,
noticed that you also notice with the bones more that there seems to be a large amount of smaller bones that still look human. All right, and to the north here then would be which way you originally came up and out, and down this way is the way toward the room that had the statue in it that also had a secret passageway that would lead to the first floor. So you want to go up to the attic or you want to go to the first floor?
I think we head to the first floor, right? Because we're trying to get out of the house.
Yes, and you can feel that the house is angry, and it may
Shit's
not
gonna
be the
fall down.
same
It's time to
warm
go.
and inviting place that you had once known.
Oh my gosh,
All right.
I'm scared.
So that's
All right,
this
so
way,
we're going to go ahead and
correct?
do we're going to go ahead and do a competing dexterity. Everybody that gets above a everybody's good. I think everybody's going to beat 4s. We're going to be all right. So the shambling mound is trying to figure out how to get upstairs and is struggling with that. Everybody else knows how to move very quickly through a dungeon, and you make it to, let me go ahead and grab you, and we are on our way.
Bad touch.
Abracadabra.
Please keep all right. And you are in an area that you are not in. Hold on one second.
Ooh.
Where are we? What the duke? Why is Freya in the other room?
I don't know, I see that too.
One second. Give me a moment. Everybody,
Absolutely not.
I should have moved you and then moved what you could see.
1.
2,
3,
I hope you lose.
4,
4?
I'd
5.
give you 1.
Ah! Okay, now we're gonna restart.
6.
1.
No, we can't restart.
What's happening?
We're
He said
counting.
give him
2.
1 second. I gave him a second.
We
Okay,
No, I thought-
3. I'll do it.
4,
Start counting.
5,
6,
7.
8.
Okay, me and Elise can't be the other ones doing it, guys. Come on. You never played that game, like in the car?
I just
Did
said
you
9. You weren't paying attention.
Like 3.
Right.
Ooh.
So as you start to come up out of the secret passageway, can everybody see themselves?
Yeah, are those rats about to fight?
They're actually
Oh, those are
they're
the
actually
wolves.
wolves.
Those are the wolves.
Yep.
I remember. I was like, those
Oh
are
my
really big
God.
rats.
Animals.
And
ball.
the house is much different than you remember. Especially this floor, which was warm and cozy. The walls are dripping with a black sludge, and you can still hear that voice. It seems to be almost inside your head. Feed me, feed me. And the doorway that is here, instead of being a normal door, there are House of Horrors blades that are sliding in an erratic pattern through the doorway, and
What?
you're going to need to find a way through that. And also, everyone needs to make a Constitution saving throw, as there is a noxious smoke that is coming out of the fireplace, attempting to choke you.
First one was a mistake. For real. Don't even.
Got it, Bruce. Not a big deal. I understand. Bruce, you want to go ahead and make a persuasion roll for the DM?
Make a persuasion roll for advantage.
Oh, the first one was an accident.
All right, so we have Corbus and Matt and Bruce. Hold on one second. Let me get back to my.
We had advantage.
Why did you have advantage? Go ahead. I was unaware.
Because it's always on.
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
See, that's why you
Is-
have that on all the-
Yeah,
Check
Because we
me.
ain't scared no more.
that's true.
Balls.
It's actually better than I thought. No, we're better than I thought. It's a DC 10.
See previous statement. We have advantage.
So a DC 10. And instead of making it a DC 15, I'm going to be nice and I'm going to give you a DC 10. How's that? So you guys,
Advantage.
you got
That's
me.
epic.
But those that did not make a 10, if it meets, it beats. So Corbus, you'll need to do 1d10.
No,
Actually, I'll do it for you.
Corbin.
That way you don't have to roll your own damage. You take 5 points of poison damage.
Damn it.
Okay, he's small. We
Right.
can carry him.
And now there is the problem of blades at the door. The you hear the sound of wolves howling, but the wolves that are in the room are not moving. There is also both the rogue and the bard do see that there is a locked cabinet. There's a padlock on one of the drawers, and that the windows are completely bricked up, and you can and seem to be even stronger than the walls would be. So you have the choice of going through a meat dicer and taking some possible damage, or living here.
How thick are the walls?
The walls are good construction, but they do not seem completely immune to a Kool-Aid man.
Solid.
Hey, how
What's
about
with
this?
the what's
I'm gonna
what's
use
with the cabinet?
Oh, the cat. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
What's with the the cabinet?
Yeah.
Has a lock on it that so nobody puts locks on. In your experience, living on the streets, nobody puts locks on things that aren't valuable.
I'm gonna open the cabinet, bruh.
Yeah.
All right, so that's happening. While we'll get to that here in a moment. While
Okay.
they are deciding how they're getting out of this room, so we'll switch away from the looting kids and to the adults trying to solve adult problems.
Yeah, you said we can get out through a blender.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use my channel divinity to use Twilight Sanctuary, and it makes a 30-foot radius around me, which is pretty big. Okay, and it lasts for a minute, and all of my allies and me at the end of our turn, I can either give you 1d6 temporary hit points +2, or I can end a fear or a charm. So I'm just going to give everybody, 1d6 +2 temporary hit points, and then we'll go through the blender.
Okay.
All right.
If I can't put a hole in the wall next to the blender first.
Sure.
Yeah, let's go ahead and give that. Let's go ahead and get that. Go ahead and do that roll for the hit points.
4 temporary hit points. How about this? We wait 6 seconds and I do it again.
Okay.
7 temporary hit points.
All right.
There we go.
Sounds good. That works. Bruce,
Did you just fall?
no, my headphones came off because
You just
I was.
fell. You
I'm
just fell
I'm just
backwards.
excited.
He
I'm
fell.
thinking that you're going to survive this. I'm pretty excited. All right,
What
So,
is Finn doing, Elise?
Alexander. Alexander, go ahead and go for the. Which wall are you going to hit?
Shit.
I was going there because I figure, if nothing else, if there's, is it a mechanism that the blades are spinning through, or is it like extra, extraordinary?
Welcome to the Upside Down.
Okay, yeah, we'll just take a swing at that wall then.
All right, sounds good.
I mean, and I missed, so it's fine. I don't think.
What's your investigation for? Actually, with instead of an attack, do a acrobatics check. All right.
I ain't doing
I was just
nothing.
checking it. All right. So the hit that you made, the hit that you made does land, and so go ahead and roll your damage. I realized it was a AC of 5. Turns out it's not hard to hit a wall.
I mean,
And you do 8 bludgeoning damage, which takes out a 5-foot section of the wall. And so it's not hard to hit the side of a wall. Your maul or your Kanabo goes through it and outswarm
Ooh, gross. Swarm.
Rats.
What? Oh.
oh crap.
Yummy, yummy in my tummy. I want to eat those up.
All right, so the
What's happening?
I'm going to go ahead and clear the turn order.
Sorry, guys. What, is the Rat King gonna appear? What's going on?
Yeah. I
And
think so.
during that time, go ahead and roll a. Do you have thieves' tools?
Me?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I think so.
I do too.
Why?
Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check to see if you can get that lock open while he was bashing in the.
I get that wall open, boy.
All right, you have the lock pops open at the same time that you hear a deafening crash, and then the small squeak of rats coming in. Go ahead and hit those. Roll for initiative.
Too easy. Too easy.
And the swarm of rats are there. All right, so we're still missing Freya.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Oh, right.
There we go.
There is a hole in the wall that you are able to move through now.
Yippee.
And so you can just move through the door as if you were moving through the wall if you wanted to. But it would incite an opportunity attack from the rats. All right, Bruce, are you using your action to attack rats or using your action to grab inside the chest?
Grab him. Grab him inside the chest.
All right, grabbing inside the chest. Okay, and then that will be. Go ahead and roll your investigation check. All right.
Hold on, that one
I'll
didn't
let
count.
you-
One sec.
I will. I will let you know what you find here in a moment. All
Yippee!
right, and next up, Alexander.
You know, hindsight being 2020, I probably should have taken that shot at an exterior wall, so we could have just like gone straight out of the house. Oh well. We will take a crack at some of this pile of rats that just fell out of the wall.
All right, sounds good.
$19.
All right, 19 for sure hits. Yes.
Squish.
13 bludgeoning damage. And if there's one thing that we melee characters know is incredibly frustrating, is trying to hit a swarm of rats, but it turns out they do not like fucking baseball bats. And yep, but it's
Especially
still no, it's
Steel
still
studded baseball bats.
it's they still have a it does not make as satisfying a squish as you want to, but it does hit true.
All right.
All right. So there is at least 3 of the 20 rats that are crushed quickly and easily. And next up, we have Corbus.
Chris, you're muted.
Corbus, you're muted right now.
So the rats. I'm gonna measure something real quick. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And I go to there.
Yo, isn't that the front door?
Maybe.
So you move right through there, and
Yeah.
the
I'll take
swarm
the
of
attack
rats
roll.
gets the.
Well, I'm actually within 5 feet of them.
Oh, you are within 5 feet of them.
Actually,
You can't walk through a swarm of rats. What?
I mean,
All right,
you
you
can
walk
when you're
through
2.5 feet tall and 30 pounds.
It's
Maybe
it's
he's
it's
like-
their attack. You just Captain Spears them. All right, sounds good. Got it. They'll remember
What's
that.
what's that Catherine Zeta-Jones in that heist movie where she's doing the laser beams?
Entrapment.
There you go.
He just squeaked. It was like, "I'm one of you." Moves through. All right. Is that you got a bonus action? You got an action you want to take, or you did the? Wait, you did the. Yep. All right. Sword burst. All around creatures within 5 feet of you must succeed on a dexterity saving throw. Let's see how Fucking lucky.
Damn it.
I'm sorry. I don't have something like engaged on here, so they
Yes, you do.
they miss
I
it.
know
I don't.
It's an anti-me thing. I see how it is.
All right. They are through. Would you like to take another foot of movement?
I'm gonna know my movement's 25 feet.
All right, so you're
That was my
staying right
max
there.
movement.
The rats are pissed about it, though. They did not like the fact that you just stepped through their formation, and they do 8 piercing damage.
Ouch. Well, I had 7 temporary hit points.
That does help. All right. And next up, we have Dow.
cool. Remember, guys, if you lose those temporary hit points, just at the end of your turn, you can get more. Just I'll roll for you. Just remember. Okay, so where was this way out that was like all blendery?
So the blendery way is right here, and
Like where?
but right here is where the door is. Right where the swarm of rats are right now.
Okay.
Because we're saying that Alexander made a new door that didn't have blades, but it turns out that the walls are filled with rats now.
The rats are blades. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go through. You will be pleased to know that the swarm of rats has the swarm trait on their sheet, and so we can move through their space.
Yes.
And I'm gonna move to here, and probably provoke an attack of opportunity.
Correct.
And that's okay.
It does 3
7.
points of damage.
7. Oh,
3 points
it
of
doesn't
It's
have
not an
advantage.
It
Okay.
doesn't have advantage.
So it does. So it hits me. It doesn't hit me with a 4.
Not unless it was trying to smell you out. No.
Yeah, great. Okay, well, that's my movement. I can't end my turn on Corvus. I'm gonna move myself, but to move myself, I need to move him. Okay, great.
Rude.
That's where I end. And well, let's see. I'm gonna toll the dead on the rats. So there you go. Wisdom saving throw on the rats.
They are not overly wise, but I have been not as lucky enough.
All right.
All right. 2
Take-
necrotic damage.
Take 2
to
damage. Call me in the morning.
the rats. Excellent. All right. So another 2 rats.
Oh yeah,
The
and
squish.
at the end of my turn, I get 4 temporary hit points.
Excellent.
but I don't,
Alright.
I don't take them because it's less than my 7. Okay, that's my turn. I promise. I'm done.
Freya, you're up.
Okay. So I can run through the blades and
You can run through the rats, or you can run through the blades. You have a choice.
which is better? I don't know.
Based on the way that you see that those blades are moving, they look wicked, and I don't know. It seems like max you could take like 4 more damage than you might be able to take from the rat. It looks like both of them are bad, but the rats is better.
Okay, I'm gonna go through the rats then.
All right.
Rats
But you
2024.
wait. But it's going to be based on your dexterity whether you get hit by those blades. So you're gonna have to do a dexterity acrobatics check to try to maneuver through those blades, or you can take your luck with the. Actually, you're gonna move past the rats anyway.
Yeah.
So rats it is.
Yep.
All right. I thought it'd be fun for you to try to go through the blades and still get hit by the rats, but that's all right. Does a 16 hit?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so 5 points of
Yep.
damage, and you are able to slip through, so you can make your movement to the other side of the door.
Can I
And
intercept any of
Alexander's
that?
going to. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so 4 points of damage is averted by a like sweeping of the studded bat, and you are able to move through as Alexander pushes some of the rats out of the way as you move through. All right, Bruce. The stuff
do I
that
have?
you have as you open the cabinet, you have a heavy crossbow, a light crossbow, a hand crossbow, and 20 bolts for each weapon. In order to grab up all that stuff and move with it, along with a dog, I am going to have you do a acrobatics check to be able to hold all that stuff in your hands while trying to make your exit. And with an 11, you drop one of the items. So go ahead and roll a D4. Actually, I'll roll it for you. And with the 4, you drop all the bolts. So there was quivers of bolts for each of the weapons, and half of them dump out so you
How
have
about
the weapons.
those ones don't fall? And I drop one of the crossbows instead.
That would have been if you rolled a 1, 2, or a 3. But you did not. You don't get to decide what you dropped. So
but
you
sometimes
dropped
it's
half.
fun. It's like
You dropped.
it's like bargaining with God. It's like bargaining with God.
You argue with me again, and you're grounded. All right. Move. Are you going to make a movement through
From what? Cleaning the kitchen? Oh.
Are you going to make Bard? Are you going to make a movement through the wall, or are you going to stay and try to pick up your bolts?
I'm gonna go through the rats.
All right, go.
My brethren.
And as you are moving through, you take 7 piercing damage. Oh wait, no. Does a 14 hit?
No.
I don't believe it does. So the rats all take, and as you're moving through, you're dropping bolts on them. They don't do any damage to them, but they do like
It's just like
scatter the rats
annoying.
for a moment as you move through.
Just
All
clears
right.
them out enough as you move
It
through.
they're like, what the hell is? Why is it? We're under attack. No, it's not. All right, you move through, and it is now just Alexander.
Is that the front door? Through there, or is that a fireplace?
That's towards the front door.
That is. Oh, we're going to do another Constitution saving throw as we move into this other room. And now there are just 2 more doors with blades to get through.
Did you make that?
Yeah.
I didn't make this.
So
Not
again,
you.
the thing up on the side of the house there is a fireplace, not the doors. All right, fine.
No, we're laughing at the meme that freaking Tom is throwing in there.
I laughed at that like 5 minutes ago. Jesus, catch up, guys. Come on.
Sorry.
Oh my God, we're sorry.
Catch
Jeez.
up, for
All right.
real. We all saw that.
Yeah.
Corbus, are you moving through, or Alexander, are you moving through your opening?
No, I'll take a swing first because maybe I can squash these guys enough that I don't need to worry about taking damage moving through them.
Sounds good.
Nope. Good night.
All right.
Don't say that right before attacking of opportunity.
There you go.
Oops.
Moving through.
Um,
Nice. Good stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead because they can't do it. They latch onto your armor and you have 1 or 2 hanging onto you and you're brushing them off as you come into the next room and make a Constitution saving throw with that noxious gas. And up here in the dining room where Freya ate poison, you can see a horrific scene of Be Our Guest happening inside there, but it does not look like a pleasant place to be.
The great stuff is people, man.
All right, so here, before you get through the foyer, there are 2 sets of spinning blades. There is a interior wall on this side, and the exterior walls, you're not sure if those are going to be actually able to be penetrated. The interior walls are not made of stone, but the exterior walls were.
Okay. Makes sense.
All right, so in order to get through the spinning blades, all you'd have to do is make a dexterity saving throw as you move through.
Cool.
Who wants to try it first?
Okay.
All right, Corbus moves up first. And it is obviously not made for gnomes. You just walk through, and the blades are like going above your head. And it's like, come on, guys, let's go. And we'll say that with now you're right there with at the next one.
Yep.
And you'll get advantage on the next one just because of the having a 20 or above. All right.
Wow.
You have started to figure out kind of the pattern of the blades. All right, who's up next?
I'll go. Oops, that was the wrong one.
Holy moly.
Well,
That'll do fine.
I rolled the wrong one.
all right.
I'd take the.
I don't know if I've taught
Only
you
up to
this, but
24.
when you make mistakes, let other people point them out. Don't
Oh,
don't
so I
don't
didn't
announce-
actually mess up.
don't announce your
Uh-oh.
oh no, you did. You announced your
No,
own mistake.
Well,
Take
no.
9 points of damage for that. 9 points of slashing damage as you move through, which takes you down to.
Well, do they have temp HP?
They do have the temp
Yes, no.
HP.
Yeah, so they lose
All
2
right,
health.
so -2 health as you move through, and you feel like you have learned something during this ordeal. All right, who's up next?
Me.
All right, go.
Extra boy.
17. You were able to slide through and not take damage.
Nice.
However, you do it with a jump and realize that Corbus was just really lucky because one came right at your knees, but you were able to bound over it thanks to the dance lessons that you received that one day from that gypsy lady in the Waterport Square.
Get out of here, Dow. I got this swarm of rats busy.
Here you go. I'll use my last spell slot, and I will give Alexander 12 hit points.
12 hit points. All right. That will enable him
Thank
to
you very much.
take a few hits before he heads out the door.
And then I will
And-
go as well. If that's, can I go?
Yep.
Can I run? Ah! I slip on my face.
As you are moving out and make, hey, you sure you're good, and then boom, a blade
Ooh.
comes in, it hits you for 11 points of damage.
Alright, so I had 7 temp HP, so I'll take 4.
All right. Go ahead and mark that down. And
And then, hey, at the end
Alexander.
of my turn.
all right, Alexander, are you moving out?
Yeah. Yep. I suppose I can take a swat at the rats before I go.
Got it.
Holy shit.
All right. You
Whiff. See you later.
do 10 bludgeoning damage to the rats as you move out,
Oh,
but you
all right.
also see sludge starting to come up out of the trap door as you are moving away. All right. Last check. Move through them quickly in the same order. Let's go.
Okay.
Corbus up first. Oh, what you got? Sorry, Dow, I didn't want to cut you off. You got something you want to do?
I'm excited. That's all. I'm ready to roll.
All right. With your advantage, Corbus, you realize that you have learned much and that blades are sharp and they do approximately 5 points of damage to you as you move out.
Ow.
And the whole house is shaking with anger as you
Can't.
are now out and free
Yes.
into the outside. All right, who is up next?
Me, I think. Right?
Yep, make
Yeah.
that dexterity saving throw or roll something and then just say that it was a dexterity saving throw. And
Got it.
15
Got it.
a 15 is a success and you are able to slide through, narrowly missing a blade that comes for your face. Bruise. I'm going to make you drop something else.
No.
Bruise. A 15 does not make it. You take 9 points of damage.
Yippee!
But that takes off your temporary hit points, and so that would be 2. All right.
Wait, I have 2 hit points now?
No, you lost 2 hit points
Lost 2.
instead of the 9 because you had some temporary hit points.
Okay.
All right. We'll get to that here in just a second, Corvus. Yes, the interior structure of the house is, although there's a lot of base to it, it does seem the house should be flammable. 6 points of damage to
Right, so
Now-
I lose 4 health.
all right, last person out.
And I just walked straight through the blades, just I'm not even dodging apparently.
Let me out! Let me out!
All right, walking straight through. So we'll say as you saunter out, taking that, I'll move you through here in a second. 10 points of damage. But how many temporary hit points did you have?
7.
7. All right. And boom, everybody is out of the house. Boom. The entire house, there is a blood-curdling scream from the house. And then as it's like loud enough that you need to hold your hands over your ears, suddenly it goes silent. And it is just the house that you had seen when you approached. Corbus, because you were asking and looking around and were the first to come out, you are the first person to see that there is a old man just outside of the house, tending next to a fire, and like he's been waiting on you.
Oh, Finny.
My name is Kolyan Irdirovich, he says to all of you. Welcome to Barovia. And he hands you, Corbus, a jug of flammable oil. I didn't start to burn it down yet because I heard you inside, and I'm glad you made it out. I don't have long in this form. The sun should be setting soon. But
Is that Jeffrey Dean Morgan?
it is Kolyan Irdirovich. But before I go, I would very much like to watch this house burn to ash. And he hands you some torches, and to maybe sit by a fire chatting with some heroes and adventurers and telling me of your tales.
I don't need a torch.
Do you,
Old man, did
You
you say
launched-
we were in Barovia?
Yeah, can we rewind that a tick?
I am guessing that you probably have many questions. I have actually seen many adventures in my time that this cursed house will bring. And as you look around, you realize that you are definitely not in Waterport anymore. There is that still strange, eerie mist, but it starts to clear, and you can see that you are in a mountainous region, and that this house sits as if a large plantation farmhouse near a desolate field that you are able to make out. And when he said that the sun will be setting soon, it's you realize that that's not the moon, that is the sun shining through cloud and fog cover that is approximately an hour and a half from getting ready to set.
Do you have some place we can take shelter, my friend?
The nearest village would be my village, which is the village of Barovia. This is the Land of Barovia, and the village of Barovia is about a 40-minute walk up the road. But I will not be able to take you there.
Why not?
Well, let's burn this fucking house down, and then we can figure that out.
So yeah, he's already pouring jugs of oil as he's explaining this to you, and Corbus is over there. Corbus, you just over there.
Yep. Toss a jug in there and firebolt it.
Pull.
So the house is definitely started. You could continue, Corbus, to spark anything that's still remaining, but he gestures over to the fire, and yes, this is likely going to be a bit confusing, especially coming from a dead man.
Well, you're dead.
I am cursed. Yes.
You're not dead. You're literally a man. You're an old man right now. You're talking to us.
You're a cursed
You
man.
are not.
Go ahead.
I got one left.
You are not from Barovia. This land is a prison, and even death will not let you escape. But I will. And he
You talk pretty slow and Irdirovich.
looks over at you. I am sure that Alexander, he kind of glances at you. I'm sure that there are many questions that you have. With your divine sense, that you're not getting anything fiendish. You're not getting anything
Undead?
Undead. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so he's speaking figuratively.
So likely, I don't know where to begin, but I know that adventurers such as yourself that come this way often have questions that I would usually answer as part of
that for starters, we can talk about the blank. Well, I mean, we can introduce ourselves, not to be rude.
that would like that very much.
I am Alexander Toshinori. I am a paladin of Torn. Torm, right?
Yeah.
Torm. I have many questions, but my companions should introduce themselves as well.
I'm Bruce. Pleasure to meet you.
I prefer not to.
That's fair.
I am Dowie Nassar. I'm a Nodel Moonflower. And I do like a little half bow.
A cleric, I'm guessing.
Yes, I am a follower of the Daughter of the Night Skies, the Moonlight Mystery Sea Hunting Moonbow, the Lady of the Moon.
And you, young sir? No. Just a short fellow. That is very odd.
As I'm looking for something else that isn't
That's
on
kind of
fire
rude.
yet,
That's kind of rude.
Corvus, and I just start throwing more firebolts to just make the son of a bitch burn.
Your
Thank you.
face is also very interesting, little lady. We do not have quite the variety of different species the way that it seems that your land is. Forgive me for staring. I do appreciate novelty. I like that.
Easy, bud. Let's just
guy's
stick to you answering
weird.
questions at this point.
Yeah.
I apologize. Here, I also have brought food in case you were hungry. And he pulls out a basket of wine and cheese and bread.
I'm gonna get nauseous because I got PTSD from that poison.
I'll
food.
drink his wine.
Okay.
I will gladly.
Yeah. And I'll tell him. Tell us what you know of. Tell us what we need to know of Barovia, Kolyan.
And then we can talk about that blanket and that basket in the basement of that godforsaken house.
A blanket in the basket. I don't know that part, but I will ask you that when we finish our conversation, if you will also do me a favor. You don't have to agree to it, but I will need to, before I let you go, ask for a favor. What to know about Barovia? It is, like I said, it is a prison. The land is literally a prison. It's a place of torture and despair. It is designed to torture the lord of this land, but all suffer, and you will not be able to escape.
Who do we have to dispatch to end that suffering? Because there is always a conqueror, there is always a tyrant or a warlord who brings this suffering to the people. Who is this tyrant and where is he and how do I find him?
Well, the lord of this land is Strad von Zarovich, and I do not know if he is a monster or if he is just a tortured soul. I guess it depends on whether you are with him or against him. But I am old and I do not know what kind of fate awaits me, but what do you think it is that makes a man a monster or a villain or a hero? Paladin, what makes the distinction?
Between a monster and a hero?
Yes. I am interested always in this question with adventurers. I see them do killing, but they do not consider themselves monsters. I see them. I see that most people are just the hero of their own story.
I will ask you this, good sir. Do you ask me this question because you are genuinely curious of our motives, or do you ask this question because you have been in this land for so long, because you have been under the crushing thumb of this Count Strahd von whoever for so long that you can no longer see the good, you can no longer see the light or the hope, and so the only thing you can ask is that from which it comes the darkness of your soul. Sir, that is what I ask you, because what we bring is glory, hope, and freedom. That is what we bring to this land, sir. Point us in the direction of this count, and I promise you the light will return to this land.
Like so many before you. I love this fire. This is why I love to talk to new adventurers. You have not yet had your soul crushed. It is refreshing. Thank you. Thank you.
You are
That is
quite
what I
welcome.
wanted to hear before I went. Is there any other questions that you have? Be careful of the mist. It is a part of this land and a part of the prison. If it starts to move in ways that is not like a natural weather phenomenon, it is best to avoid it at all costs. It will kill you and kill you quickly, no matter your fortitude, paladin, no matter your healing powers, cleric, no matter how fast you might be able to move in uncanny ways or charm it.
Where you say you cannot take it, you cannot take us to your village, you cannot take us to the village of Barovia? Is there a guild? Is there an inn?
I do not have enough time to return to my village. You should still have enough time, but I will be fading by then.
Is there an inn? Is there an adventurer's guild in your village that we can go to?
Yes. My son, Ismark the Lesser. He will likely be at the tavern, and he will no longer be in my shadow. People will be looking to him for answers, and he will be the next Burgomaster. So you can talk to him. Which that brings me to what I would have you talk with him about, and that is to tell him to do his best to talk to Ireena. Ireena, the favor that I ask is that I would like it if you would please go and talk to my beloved Ireena. She will be mourning the loss of her father, me. And she is actually my adopted daughter, Ireena Kolyana, and she will be blaming herself.
So you want us to go talk to Ireena, or you want us to talk to your son and tell him to talk to Ireena?
My son will be the easiest to find. He is always at the tavern. And the tavern is easier to find than, let me try to explain to you which house is mine and by what peeling paint and how many floors. That is all the houses in Barovia. But tell her that her father did not have to die. Tell her that I was a fool and I was old and I was stubborn and that I should have just wanted her to be happy and that she can end the suffering that happens around her and she knows the right thing to do and that she has my blessing to do so. Tell her that.
I
You
will.
promise me? Okay.
I will. You have
I
my
believe
word.
You
I'm
You look
can I-
like honorable warriors. He looks again at the sky, seeming to judge the time. The Corvus, you've been watching. The house is burning to your great satisfaction, and it is already starting to collapse in on itself. We don't need no water. Let the motherfucker burn. And he gets up to start to leave, and extends his hand to shake all of your hands.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
All right, I wish you luck in this cursed place. And before I go, please, I do not mean any offense, paladin or cleric, but your gods are not here. And he turns and starts to walk
They
away. And as he walks away, he walks into the mist that he said to avoid, and it closes around him, and he dissipates in the mist.
Yeah, I'll just I'll shrug, and I'll turn to Alex, and I'll say, um, well, we bring our gods with us where we go, right?
Exactly.
So they're here now. And who's up for a 45-minute walk to a tavern where we can meet Ismark the Lesser and tell him that we just spoke to the ghost of his dead father?
Oh, yeah. And then find the daughter, the adopted daughter.
It
So
might be a little more than 45 minutes. I mean, I kind of got some short legs here.
I got you, bud. Hop on.
FYI, Alexander, be sure to feel it out. Make sure that we just talked to a literally dead or dying man. There's a non-zero chance that girl may not know she's adopted. Let's be sure to feel it out.
That is a fair point.
Smart.
I want to know why that
so-
old man just randomly trauma dumped on all of us.
Yeah, I know.
We
this
just got
guy
out of, like,
uncalled
a
for,
life or
we just
death
got out of, like, a
situation.
war. He could chill.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
and
think
we
he
like
was-
got this
he was
got this
dead.
man's legacy. Yeah.
Well, you know what? We
just-
almost died.
To add to the level of weirdness, and I realize I've given no explanation for my actions in the crypt, in the water on the pulpit, the basket and the blanket that were on that altar were identical to the basket and the blanket that my adopted parents said they found me in on a riverbank. At home,
Like Moses.
just like Moses.
Well, as
That's
long
crazy.
as long as we're putting everything on the table, I was trying to find my way to Barovia. I had a dear colleague named Hiram Greenwish who was writing me letters about his adventures, and he was headed here, and that is where our correspondence ended.
Well, looks like you found an express ticket here.
Yeah, Dow just hefts their shield onto their shoulder and nods and is ready to go.
I
As
say
you
we
are-
head down.
I would say that parts of this conversation could have happened while you were kind of starting to walk.
Yeah.
Because that seems like it would naturally kind of be natural conversation at a walking pace. You're moving down the road, and there are ruts for wagons that have moved through the road, and where they've made their marks, there are almost black mirror puddles that reflect the tall looming trees around you and the ever-present mist. And you can also sense almost that you are being flanked by the howling that you hear in the distance. It's difficult to tell how far, how close. It's not an immediate threat to anyone who's spent a lot of time in the woods that this is a natural time for the howling to start. But it starts to feel as if, though, that are these wolves escorting us, which is an odd thought, because wolves wouldn't do that. They are most likely tracking an animal. And as you continue to move, there is an object up in the road in the dying light, a mound of clothes, and as you get closer, you're still 100 feet away. You can tell that there is a body along the side of the road.
Let's check it out.
I'm poking with the stick.
You move up, and there
Can I-
are wolves. Go ahead.
Can I befriend the wolves?
You can. Also, what have
Nope.
you done with your handfuls of armaments that you acquired as you ran out? Is there a bag of? Have we identified that there is a bag of holding now?
Not yet. I haven't had one yet.
I
Did you
thought
get-
that
did you
Bruce
give us
always
one?
had a bag.
What's that?
Because Bruce put the dog in a bag.
Yes, there is. There was. It was Trevor that had given a bag of holding before you left, if I remember correctly. Or if he did not, he was supposed to.
Oh, I remember that now. When he gave me the bag of holding.
That is
What
correct.
happened? Yeah, that's right. Okay, and
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
just-
just,
so
I'm
there
just gonna
is-
hand all my
Trevor.
shit to Dow then.
Yeah.
All right, and it.
Didn't we find some other shit too? Didn't it go in the bag of hole? I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah,
Then-
we got
so we
both
have.
of
There is
Yeah,
a
list of
there
loot.
is a list of loot. There will also be soon. It's not there yet. A journal that you can populate if you ever wanted to, with notes that everyone can see and.
Well, what are we putting in the
list.
bag then?
Crossbows
Yep. Go ahead
and
and
such.
What did we get? A heavy crossbow, a light crossbow, and a hand crossbow. And then we
I can't
didn't get the
see what
bolts,
I'm
right? You
putting.
dropped all those.
No,
Yeah.
she dropped half. She dropped half the bolts, so there was
Okay.
20 for each. So that means that
30
there is now
bolts.
10 for each.
And then what else?
There was jewelry that was worth. I can go through and look that
Yeah,
up. here
Freya
again.
found
that was
a
not
gold ring worth some amount of gold. You didn't tell us. how
25
much.
gold.
Okay.
25 gold.
Gold ring.
And
25 GP. Freya.
you had found a silvered short sword.
Finn,
That's on Bruise, right?
Bruised correctly. Yep.
come here.
The 4 potions of healing. A
What did you find?
change.
Well, yeah, I got the chain shirt.
Yep. The 4
15
potions
torches.
of healing.
Did we hand out
2
those potions of healing?
Yep.
the-
I,
think we-
have,
I-
I,
I think-
know I have one in my inventory. I was
Yeah, we
looking.
gave one to everybody but the healer, so we're good.
Yep.
All right. What
There
else?
was
we got?
also the set of thieves' tools that
Yeah.
that
Okay, so I think I've
he-
got everything accounted for now.
So am I
On
supposed to have
okay.
a potion of healing then?
Yes.
and then there was also
Is that right?
up in the
Or did Bruce keep 2 and give 1 to Freya and 1 to Corbus?
Well, I
mine of-
had one, and I gave
You used it.
like 3 of them to Bruce, I think.
Okay.
and then there was also a jewelry box made
Okay.
of silver gold filigree that's worth 75 gold, 3 gold rings worth 25 gold each, and a platinum necklace with topaz pendant worth 750 gold.
Okay.
Solid.
We got it all in the. I'm putting it all in the thing.
And then
Stay
and then
away
also
from
be aware that
fall down.
that Bruce had a cloak of protection that he is currently attuned to.
Yep. And do we still have a puppy?
And you have a puppy.
That's me. That's on me though.
So what are you gonna name the puppy?
Puppy.
Maximus.
Poof.
Cat.
What?
Cat?
Cat.
Tack?
Type it.
Type
You
it.
gotta type it.
A-T.
Cat.
Cat.
The dog's name's Cat.
Tat.
Cat.
All right.
Cat
Right
like
on.
meow.
Courage. Wait, no, let's name it out Courage. Courage the dog.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Courage. Dog's
Courage.
name's
Courage the cowardly dog.
Courage the cowardly dog. I like it.
Got it. And you have cast the spell Animal Friendship.
Yes. Handling.
And Animal
Oh,
Handling
yeah.
that you... Okay.
But I want to actually be friends. I don't want to just fool them.
Right. No, that gives you advantage on your animal handling checks, and it is now willing to follow you, and you don't have to hold on to it. It will move along with you and stay close.
Well, I thought I was casting it on the wolves that were following us too.
They are outside of 30 feet.
Oh, okay.
All right. So
we still heading to town? Oh no, we found the body.
yeah, but first the body. Moving up closer to the body, no investigation check needed. There are large paw prints around the body, and the body has been mangled by an animal attack. But you can do anybody that wants to can do an investigation check.
Do I get to figure out what kind of animal it was?
Yeah, you can do an animal handling check for what type of animal.
Right.
So with that, with a 23, you know that they were wolves, but they were larger than most wolves that you are aware of, and that it was they don't usually attack in this manner. They did not try. The first thing that wolves will eat on an animal after they've taken it down by the neck is the intestine. It's the softest area to be able to move into and start to attack. And they did not eat. They just bit over and over again. Tom, with your investigation check, it's a little disconcerting that the individual attacked was a elf about your height and wearing similar clothing, and instinctually you reach down to the neck and you think that you know what you're going to find,
funny.
and you do.
Wow. I reach down to my, chest and pull out my holy symbol, my amulet to Sihanin Moonbow. Is it exactly the same, or do they just have the same symbol on them?
As if they were made by the same craftsman. There are differences, but
Okay.
similar.
Can I turn
Eerily
this body
similar.
over? Can turn this body over and take a look at the face?
The face has been eaten.
Ooh, gross.
Yikes.
Yummy.
Okay, well, I'll do my best Rambo impression, and I'm gonna snap the necklace off so I can keep it with me, and I'll say,
Okay.
goodbye and good night, sibling. the Moon Mother take you?
In this moment, do you look to bury it at all, or
I'm not sure that we should take the time.
that
Mhm.
is
So
that does seem
so I don't. And I also don't even mention it. I just say a prayer and I take the necklace and I act like that's all I would like to do, even though it would be nice to bury them. But there's no way, there's no world where Tao would suggest it.
got it.
And I would say, given the I'm the I've got a second religious symbol on me as well. I would leave that decision to them. Is kind of how I think that would roll too, given the obvious significance. So that would be my recommendation. We follow Dow's.
They didn't have any rings
Lean on
on, did they?
No,
Okay.
not that you can see. There is a lot of damage
Yeah,
to
not
the
a lot of
body
fingers
and
left.
not a lot of fingers left, as if it was the individual was definitely fighting the attack, and the attack did not come quickly, or
Yeah.
was not finished off quickly. With your departure and continuing to move in the direction that Kolyan had stated up the road, you with the landing page that is very similar to what happens as you come up over the hill and see this small village laid out before you, and a large cliffside with a menacing looking castle that breaks up the light hue of the horizon as the sun sets, as you come up over the hill, and with the fading light and the wolves seeming to come in closer, the mist becoming more and more claustrophobic, it pushes you along, and you arrive at the eastern side of the village of Barovia, and we'll spend our last 20 minutes figuring out. Everybody can see the map. So from the
Yes.
from the vantage point that you were at as you approached, you were able to get the layout of the village from a distance, and are able to keep a little bit of it
What's our
in your
symbol
mind.
here?
That is your group symbol, so that represents all of you sticking together. You should all be able to.
I think it should be the dog. I think because we are secret dog, I think we should use the dog as our symbol on the map.
The new symbol next session will be courage, the dog.
Excellent.
The secret
Excellent.
dog.
Courage the secret dog.
As you are coming into the village,
well, we would like to look for signs for the tavern. FYI, that's where we were told.
Yeah, I was gonna say if
by the ghost of his dead dad.
Yeah, he didn't give us any directions that I remember, but
no.
Did he say anything specific about east side of town?
No, all he said is that the tavern was easier to find than his house.
Got it.
So
that's all.
This seems to be kind of the center of town, and there are two larger structures in that square area where there are multiple fireplaces that are lit and have a stream of smoke coming from. I would say about a third of the houses have lit fireplaces, but it is, you could see some movement as you were coming down, but now that the sun has gone down, Everything is shut, but you can still hear the sound of quiet tavern life happening in this building here. Directly to the south there, though, is what appears to be a merchant shop. However, there is a sign on the door that says open at first light, closed at dusk.
Okay. So this
All right,
is
the
this is a
tavern it
merchant
is.
south, and then to the north of us is the tavern. Is it
So
right?
north is the tavern area. Yep.
Yeah, that's where we go.
Yep.
Okay.
Does it have a sign that says what it's called?
It does, and I am going to tell you that just as soon as I know. One moment. I know. Yeah, that's what I was looking. So, Bildras Mercantile is the name of the merchant, and Blood of the Vine Tavern. A single shaft of light thrusts illumination into the main square, its brightness looking like a solid pillar in the heavy fog, and above the gaping door, a sign hangs precariously askew, proclaiming this to be the Blood on the Vine Tavern. And it actually originally read Blood of the Vine, but
So it is blood of the vine, and someone changed it to say blood on
to
the
blood.
vine.
Correct.
Does it look crowded?
It does not look. Crowded, no. As are you actually all going in together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that's a good idea.
So as you come in, you wonder who it is that died. The place has that feel of a bar or tavern that is mourning a loss, and no one seems to be very interested in you as you first come in, and a pudgy man behind the bar is just mindlessly cleaning a glass and doesn't seem to acknowledge you at all. And there is another individual that is sitting off to himself drinking, and two individuals that are dressed in more colorful type of clothing that are watching you with interest as you come in, but do not get up to assist you at all. They seem to be more interested in staying off to the side and just watching. And so those are the four individuals: the barkeep that is mindlessly cleaning a glass, three, a female and two males that are all sitting off in the corner watching you, and a man that is drinking alone, obviously depressed.
Got it. Do any of them look similar to the old man, Kolyan Irdirovich, that we met, who literally we think was a ghost?
And what was his son's name again? Remind me of that.
Ismark the Lesser.
Ismark, yes. And yes, the man that is looking like he is into his third wine looks similar to a younger version of, but not as commanding of a presence.
Shall we introduce ourselves?
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right.
We'll walk over.
Yeah.
And when we well, you know what? I'll go to the bar, and I'll ask to order you know, some wine, and then with the intention to bring it to the table. What's he say?
I am Eric. Wine is here, and it is 1 silver
For how much wine?
for a bottle of wine.
For a bottle of wine. Okay. Well, how about this? And I put a gold piece down, and I grab like 4 bottles of wine, and I'm like, we'll settle up later.
Sir, the wine is 1 silver.
Yeah, so here's a gold, and I'm gonna take 4 now, and like I'll take 4 more later, and then like probably the other 2 are just like a tip.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And he goes behind the bar and he pulls out, what was it, 5 bottles of wine that you said?
I'm just gonna take 4 now, and and I'll take 4 again later in the night or whatever.
These are the last 5 bottles of wine.
Oh shit! Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. That's what the tip is for.
Tip, yes.
Yep. Cool. So, and I'll take I'll take the wine over to everybody, and I'll distribute it amongst the party. And I'll drop 1 off at the table with the 3 onlookers as well.
The female onlooker says, "You can give me the gold. Eric, he is not a good businessman at all. He just
I left
gives
it on
the
the
wine.
table.
You can give me the gold.
It's on the
Sir,
table.
thank you. I don't work here. I own the place. Eric, bring the gold to me, please. Thank you, Eric." And Eric does exactly what he's told.
Yeah, I'll
And
just
brings
smile,
over-
and I leave them a bottle, and I say, "Nice establishment. Thank you very much." And then I make my way back over to the party, who I imagine at this point is settling around this guy who has no clue who we are.
Yeah.
But we've got a bunch of wine.
We got some booze and a hell of a story.
And you realize that as you walked closer over that all 3 are females, but the for 2 of them it was a little more difficult to tell. It's us differences in culture.
Yeah.
Let
Dow
me
will actually apologize and be like, "Oh, my bad. Happens to me all the time. See ya."
Just to give you an idea, and you've seen some people looking through, but you talk about soul crushing. Although it seems that Kolyan that you met was a little bit more lively, all of these individuals that you see have the paled face and sunken eyes of individuals that have not had a lot of variety to their diets. Very little sunlight, and a depressing lifestyle that Freya and Bruce have seen in those individuals that have given up on life, and they are no longer living, they are existing. And that is the general feel just in the glances that you've seen through windows as you were moving through town. The individual that is tending bar, like if he has no life in him, but as you approach Ismark, he comes out of his stupor. Visitors to our town. Yes, please come take us. I will buy you all a round of what? Eric,
we got the round, my friend.
Yeah, we put the bottles on the table.
Yeah, we're good.
This one's on us.
How long have you been in Barovia, village, or are you from Valaki, or did you come through the eastern road?
Honestly, we don't really know how we got here.
Through a house that was very haunted and very evil, and attempted
We
to
set it on fire.
eat us.
Wait,
Where did it appear?
Your father and the 5 of us burned it to the ground
So you
before
have
your
been here
father
for
gave us a message for you and your sister, and then sent us on our way, and he disappeared into the Barovian mist. I am Alexander Toshinori, friend. We should sit and drink.
and it seems that you have been here for a week.
An hour.
At most.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, sir, you don't understand. My father has been dead for 3 days.
No, yeah,
Well,
I know.
I
he
mean, we
might have
figured.
been dead when we met him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna make sure he's got plenty of wine, and we say, all right, Ismark. So this is what we're telling you. We're telling you that when we came here to Barovia through that fucky house, that we saw your dead father, that we spoke to his spirit. Now, he told us that we needed to speak to you because we could find you here, and that in turn you would lead us to your sister, Ireena, and we would talk to her. He had a message for her,
And
not really for you.
Ah,
That I'm gonna turn to the group and I'm gonna be like, huh? Eh?
I think
Yeah.
yeah,
you nailed it.
yeah.
my sister, my stepsister, she is with our father right now.
And I snap my fingers and very obtusely say, okay, they know she's adopted.
You're all very lively
Stepsister. I'm
individuals.
like, all right, she's adopted. Everybody, it's
Okay,
okay.
so- Yeah.
But wait, is she dead? Is that what you're
Stepsister,
saying?
she's-
What? No, she is
Oh.
with my father's body. We have.
Oh, okay.
She will not.
I was confused.
She will not leave him. It is dark, but it shouldn't be too
Well,
dangerous to.
We need a
You
rest.
seem.
A graveyard at night?
Can we see her? We need to rest. It's been a terrible journey getting here. And
I am very interested in hearing the story that you have. You have just come to me and told me that you have seen my father, who has died 3 days ago. You can come and live in his home, my home, and I will put you up for the night. You do not need to stay in this tavern. I will take you. I will take you to my home, and I am sorry, ladies. You have a fine establishment, but these individuals will be staying with me. And the one woman that looked like a woman is still flipping the gold coin and says, "You can stop back anytime, sweethearts. We have rooms available to you for 1 gold each at any time." But and then she moves as if 5 gold a night is a bargain that we will gladly do for you because we are quite busy.
Sounds great, lady.
For
We're
sure.
I thought
for
it wasn't
sure.
busy. I thought it
We're-
wasn't busy.
We're gonna
It's
gonna
not.
crash at Ismark's because he's
Yeah,
our
we-
bro. Yeah.
All right,
We gotta
so
get crazy.
Yeah, I take
So-
all the wine.
you as
In the barrel.
Ismark starts to move to the door. You gather up the wine,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the dog.
I'm taking that with us.
and you're moving through the door, and you've gone out of a tavern before, so you're just expecting just to move through the door. He stops at the door, peeks out, and does kind of a look, listen, and yeah, it's good. And he starts to move out through the main square and has his head on a swivel the entire time. He's like, "We will move quickly here to the south, and I will take you to my home." And he's glancing down each doorway or alleyway. You also hear in and you heard it as you were starting to come into town, but just this cry, this and at first the wind had picked up when you were coming into town, and it could have been just the wind, but it has gone quiet, and there is just a woman that seems to be screaming out or crying out her window in obvious distress. Ismar gives it barely a passing glance in the direction of the sound and continues to move.
Is that the sister, you think?
No, we're not heading in that direction, are we?
You end up moving past. The sound is coming from. It becomes much clearer. It is loud, and you can see a silhouette in the window, and continue to move past it, and going down to this house at the end of the road. And it would be a nicer house. However, as you are moving up to it, you see obvious signs of distress. Go ahead and do an investigation check. Or correct. You can do investigation or perception.
Or
And because
so I can
yep.
stick with my 25? Okay.
You can. Okay, so for Bruce and for Tom, you see that the exterior of the home has claw marks and broken out windows around the exterior. You can only see maybe two sides at a time, but it appears that at every window and a ground floor window there are clawing marks as if a creature was trying to get up into the window. There are broken pieces of the wrought iron fence that encircles the house, and there is damage to the front door as if someone has been as if the front door has been broken down several times and pieced together and leaned up against with slats and slabs as well as the windows. For Freya and for Dao, with the markings on the ground, with the damage on the outside, it is like this house has been sieged by wild animals, and wild animals do not act that way. And possibly as you look down too, you see the footprints of men. However, they have the classic drag mark of zombies. The one foot being pulled behind, that you recognize. Dao and Freya, you have seen evidence of undead or heard of them in your time, and it was either a horde of drunken individuals coming from the tavern, or something not quite alive. But that is, and Corbett and Ismark is moving through this. It's old news to him, and he comes into the front door and pulls it off of its hinges, brings you inside, and closes it, and relocks the exterior bolt. They're standing
Wow.
in the hall. there standing in the hallway, who had obviously seen you coming from a distance and had unbarred the door, is a beautiful young woman. Hold on, me. Let's see if I have I think I have a handout for her. Ireena Kolyan. She is not. She is not. She is not in the armor at this time. But she has that.
But she
that
does have the
same-
sword.
She does have the sword. As she
Yeah.
was answering the door, striking young woman and auburn hair, and says, "Brother, I thought you would be staying at the tavern. Who are these individuals you have brought to the house?"
All
Ismark turns and they are adventurers who have recently come to the land of Barovia, sister, and seem to have news of our father. And she looks toward the dining room and says, "I have already heard that my father is dead. Thank you."
But
have you heard he's alive?
Have you? No, he's not alive. But we did talk to his
Hey,
ghost.
hey, kids. All right. Ireena, it's nice to meet you. My name is Dow. This is Alexander and Corbus and Bruce and Freya. Thank you for inviting us into what I know Bruce would agree is a lovely home.
It
I
is,
have to
yeah.
interrupt you. Sir, we do not invite anyone into our house.
Allow me to get to the frightening point here.
We're here to rob you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Bruce.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh! Don't
I'm just-
play it
I'm
off like
gonna
you said
cover-
it in
I'm gonna cover
character.
Bruce's
She's-
mouth.
She,
I'm gonna
she
cover
starts
Bruce's
to-
mouth.
She starts to laugh. And
I
she's
have
like,
never drinking wine before. I have
Oh.
never had wine before. My character hasn't. So.
Okay, Bruce, why?
God, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Got it. All right, so she, brother, have you brought
Ireena?
a troop of? Yes.
What happened is, when we passed through the mist into Barovia, we met with the spirit of your recently deceased father. And he told us to find your brother, because if we found your brother, then we could find you and deliver a message, okay? And what he wanted to tell you was that he didn't have to die, but he was stubborn. And he should have wanted you to be happy. And that you know the right thing to do. And that you have your father's blessing to do it. And I don't know what that means, but I am eagerly anxious to understand it. So spill the tea.
My father told you what?
Okay, so he said, and I quote pretty much verbatim, that he didn't have to die, but he was stubborn. And he should have wanted you to be happy. And that you know the right thing to do, and that you have his blessing to do it. And that your brother would be at the tavern.
And
Her sword that had been dropped to her side as she realized it was her brother now raises and points directly under Dow's chin.
nope.
And she says, "You tell your fucking master that I will fucking die before I do anything that he wants." And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
I'm gonna stab
hey,
her.
lady.
Why
I'm gonna
she mad
stab
for
her.
real?
I'm gonna stab her.
Do
That's
we,
that's a war.
I feel like
crime.
if anyone's gonna point their sword at Dow, all of our weapons simultaneously are going to be
Just
drawn.
Just
Hey,
drawn.
so
And
do
the-
we level up?
And yes, you do. The classic character question. You level up, which means that you will have all your hit points restored too, so that now if you receive a nick, you'll be okay.
I will
Um,
die.
And yes, you will have all achieved level 3 and outstanding job not killing the dog or the mouse, which
dog.
would have been
There's
satisfactorily
2 mice.
according to
Okay.
the.
I have a
but
mouse
it
as
was,
well.
And also avoiding going down and instead only going to 0 hit points, which avoided Alexander having a point of insanity. Of sanity lost, and yeah, that was awesome.
So far, no one has lost any sanity, even though
No.
I think
Bruce has.
We've had to roll it once.
oh,
Yeah.
that's right. Bruce lost some. That's
Bruce
And I'm the
lost,
coolest.
which is also why she was given a message which she never shared, or which he never shared with anybody. He likes to
wow.
keep the
No,
information.
he's gotten
close
2
to the chest.
messages.
What's that? He
He's
did.
gotten 2
Yes.
messages. Yeah.
Okay, my phone's at 4%, so
Okay.
Yay.
All right.
I mean, yay! Thanks for the game.
Yay, thanks for the-
yippee!
Yay.
That was
Looking forward to
fun.
seeing everyone again on the 19th.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, let's roll
Oh,
it.
I level
Good
up.
game.
Thanks, Nick.
Peace
Great game.
out.
See y'all again
Peace out, Girl
soon.
Scouts.